I'm also glad that I'm here tonight. My name is Dave South. I am the radio play-by-play voice for Texas A&M football, basketball, and baseball, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here for the Brazos Valley Bowl. It's the start of 3 really big days for all of you, and you've come to a community in Bryan College Station that obviously really appreciates good football. So we hope that you have a great experience and that it's a time you'll remember for the rest of your lives. We welcome Hinds Community College and Navarro College to our postseason football matchup. We hope, again, like I said, that it's a great experience for everyone. Right now, let's welcome from Raymond, Mississippi, the Hinds Community College Eagles. We ask all of you to stand up at this time. Thank you. All right, you can be seated. And I'm sure that they did stand up just now, but I'm going to ask them to stand up again. I want to welcome Athletic Director and Head Coach Gene Murphy. Where is Gene? There he is right there. Congratulations, Coach. Serving as the home team will be Navarro College, the Bulldogs. I want you guys to please stand up, your entire official party. Thank you very much. I want to welcome the athletic director, Rorik Montgomery, and the head coach is Brian Maper. Please stand. There they are right there. We have some special guests we'd like to recognize from Blinn College. We'd like to welcome Senior Vice President and CFO Kelly Shoemaker. Kelly, where are you? Right back there in the corner. We have State Representative John Rainey and his wife Elizabeth. If you'll please stand to be recognized. I want to recognize the Brazos Valley Bowl Committee, first of all from the Bryan College Station Convention and Visitors Bureau. I want to welcome John Freeble. Where's John? Where are you, John? Stand up right there, and he's waving, standing up against the wall. Dominique Powell. Where's Dominique? Right there. They're standing tonight. Kendra Fry. Where's Kendra? She will be up here in a moment. She's over here to my left. Katie Fox of Fox Marketing Design, also on the Bowl Committee. Where is she? To my left again. From Blinn College, the chairman of the Bowl Committee is Jeff Sermon. Where's Jeff? Jeff, right back here. Thank you, Jeff. Also, Dan Artemenko. Where is Dan? There he is. We got Scott Schumacher. Saw Scott earlier. And also Sylvia McMullen, who could not be with us tonight. And at this time, I'm going to ask Kendra Fry from the Brazos Valley Sports Foundation to give us our invocation.
Sorry, I'm a little bit shorter. Please bow your heads with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this opportunity to gather together tonight to celebrate the participation and successes of the student athletes and coaches of Navarro College and Hinds Community College. We have strived to learn from the coaches, compete as teams, and have learned to appreciate one another, whether in victory or defeat. Lord, you have looked down upon us with favor and spread the blessing of your love over these athletes through the joy of participation in athletics. Remember and watch over all of the Navarro College Bulldogs and the Hinds Community College Eagles, especially those who are traveling to Bryan College Station for the Brazos Valley Bowl. Let us triumph through each day, helping those we can and appreciating the support and love we get from those around us. Bless this food we're about to receive to the nourishment of our bodies, and bless the hands that prepared it. May we all live strong in our faith. All of this we pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. Folks who put all this together. I can tell you now that the Brazos Valley Sports Foundation and the committee, they worked very hard on this, and they want to make this a great experience for you. You saw the video there a moment ago of the Kyle Field renovation. This game will move back to Kyle Field in 2015 after the completion of the $450 million renovation that's now underway. And Kyle Field that year will expand to 102,000. Okay, our guest speaker tonight is Zerick Rollins. Zerick is a former Texas A&M football player and has been on the field, matter of fact, when I've done play-by-play. And so he's gone from being a player to a very close friend. He's a two-year starter for the Aggies at defensive end. We won the Big 12 South in 1997 with Zerick playing a key role. 97, he received the Academic Achievement Award given to a student athlete who excels not only in sport, but also in academics. He also received a Hitachi postgraduate scholarship for his studies, earned his master's in 2001. He was a grad assistant on the football team here at A&M from 99 to 01. He left A&M and went on to coach in the NFL for 9 years. The Seattle Seahawks team that he was with won the Super Bowl in 2005. Currently, Zerick is the life skills career coordinator at Texas A&M. I would say he is a young man that's taken advantage of everything that was offered to him, and he has been extremely successful and continue to be so. And it's really an honor to have him come now and be our guest speaker tonight. Let's welcome him.
Howdy. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. I want to thank the Brazos Valley Bowl Committee for providing this opportunity for me to be here. I'd like to congratulate both of the teams on a great season. Definitely know the hard work that goes into being a football player, being a part of a team, and it's always good to, reap some of the fruits of your labor. At this time, I'd like to talk a little bit about something that has been a huge part of my life for a long time. Can anybody guess what that is? There you go, football. So often, we hear the cliche, when it comes to football, it's just a game. How often do you hear that? And I ask you the question tonight, I'll start. You don't have to answer, but football, is it just a game? What do you think? You don't have to answer, just think about it. For me, growing up as a kid, a lot of times I thought that. Football is just a game. However, in the last 30-plus years of being affiliated with the game, I've come to realize that it's more than that. This game has truly impacted my life quite a bit. As I reflect on my childhood, I can remember, going out into the backyard, going to the park to play the game, and just, remember the days if it was raining outside. You go out there and you play in the mud bowl, right? Fun times. Football is a fun game. I can still remember when my dad took me out to play organized football at the tender age of 8 years old. Wasn't even old enough to play. The only reason I was out there because I had a brother that was 3 years older than me, because the kids on the team were between 10 and 13 years old. In fact, didn't even play one snap in my first year of organized football. But for me, I still just enjoyed being around the game. Then I think back to when I was in the 7th grade, and I'm about 6'1", I'm a quarterback. I win the starting quarterback position. I go out there, I play my first game, and I break my ankle. Ankle's crushed. I'm sitting there on the ground in disbelief, like, whoa, what just happened? All of a sudden, the game wasn't as fun. Take me to the hospital. They'd have to do surgery, have to reconstruct my ankle, have to put pins in there. And I remember waking up, coming out of the surgery, I looked at my dad, and I said, I'll never play this game again. I was hurt, boy. I was hurt as a kid. Just imagine, 7th grade, ankles crushed. Nevertheless, a few months later, not even out of my cast, guess what? I'm throwing that ball back around, back at the park. A year later, in the 8th grade, I come back, and I was determined to be better than I was the year before. At this point, I still kind of thought it was a game. Although I broke my ankle, had some hardship, it was still fun. But I still thought, football is just a game. As time went on, started to get bigger, got a little better. By the time I was in 11th grade, I was an all-state football player, defensive end, out of Houston, Kashmir, receiving letters from just about every college in the country. At this point, perspective changed just a little bit. I say, okay, and now I get the opportunity maybe to get a scholarship to college, and then have the opportunity to go to a good academic institution. So my perspective about the game changed. But I still didn't realize how this game will truly affect my life. So I go to college, and like most football student athletes, had high aspirations. I'm gonna make it all the way. Wanted to play in the NFL. But the one thing I remembered as I walked out of the door, as I get ready to go to college, my dad said to me, "Son, you make sure that you make the most of every opportunity that you're presented at that university." That statement not only stuck with me, but it pushed me to compete, not only on the football field, but to also to compete in the classroom. However, college wasn't easy. Not at Texas A&M, I'm going to tell you. It was not easy. It was a challenge. On the football field, it was tough. Everybody was bigger, faster, stronger, and the classroom was just as competitive. But guess what? I found a way to get it done. As I finished up my college career and I prepared to graduate, my perspective about the game was started to crystallize. This game that I had been playing since I was 8 years old had all of a sudden molded me as a person. And granted, I didn't make it to the pinnacle, so to speak, to play in the National Football League. I had had a ton of great experiences, and more importantly, I had learned and been taught discipline, hard work, perseverance, tenacity, structure, teamwork, how to overcome obstacles, and how to compete. As I prepared to graduate, I felt in my mind there was nothing that I couldn't do. All I had to do was just take all these lessons that I had learned of years of playing the game of football and just apply them. Okay, so as I'm getting ready to venture out into corporate America, okay, just got offered 3 job offers from 3 really good companies. Good jobs, good pay, 22 years old, one job offered me $60,000, $70,000, pretty good money as a 22-year-old. And then all of a sudden, I had another bright idea. I guess some people say an epiphany, right? And then I say, how about I give back to the game that has given so much to me? That's what I thought to myself. I started thinking about all of the coaches who had poured into my life, all the coaches who had pushed me and prodded me and helped develop me as a person. And I said, I want to have the opportunity to do the same thing. At this juncture at my life, my perspective had clearly changed. Football was no longer just a game. It was my passion, and now an opportunity for me to be able to impact many lives. And even now, in my current role as life skills coordinator at Texas A&M, I may not be coaching football, but I'm definitely still a coach. But the thing that's very ironic is a lot of the things that I work with, because I work with all of the sports at Texas A&M, not just football, a lot of the things that I'm teaching and working with our student athletes are very closely tied to the lessons that I was taught and that I learned in the game of football. So I ask you the question again, is football just a game? I can honestly say from my varied experiences that it is clearly more than a game. Not only does it teach you many life lessons, but in my opinion, it can prepare you to succeed in life. While I wasn't aware of this at the tender age of 8 years old, it is crystal clear 30 years later. As I come to a close, my challenge to each young man in here tonight is for you to grasp the many life nuggets that you are learning as you play the game that you enjoy to play. And always realize that the very things that you're doing now and the very things that you're learning parallel what it takes to be successful in life. Think about it. Discipline, hard work, perseverance, tenacity, teamwork, overcoming adversity, and how to compete. And I'm a firm believer, after living 38 years, life is about competition. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you want to be a doctor. I don't care if you want to be a lawyer. You have to compete. And you learn that every day in the game of football. So often, people talk about success. And during the summer times, I spend a lot of times teaching youth. And one of the questions I ask them when I start, I just said, how do you define success? How do you define success? A lot of people define success by, having a lot of money, being rich, being famous, making it to the National Football League. But here's my definition of success, and I've always believed this. To me, success is being the absolute best that you can be, given the gifts, given the talents, and the opportunities that you've been given. Success is being the absolute best that you can be, given your gifts, your talents, and your opportunities. At the end of the day, if you do everything that you can possibly do to be the absolute best that you can be, what more could you ask for? In my opinion, that's what success is. As I take my seat, I'd like to leave you with a quote by Mitch Hall. A man's flight through life is sustained not necessarily by his strength and might, but by the power of his knowledge. Thanks, and giggle.
In my role at Texas A&M, I'm also I'm a full-time employee of this athletic department, so therefore I have an opportunity to visit with a lot of our employees and a lot of our student athletes, and I can tell you right now that he is making an impact on literally hundreds of student athletes. He's a very special young man, and the athletic department's fortunate to have someone like Zerick. At this time, I would like for both the athletic directors to come to the podium, and Jeff Sermon, if you'll come up from Bowl Committee, the chairman of the Bowl Committee. We have a presentation we'd like to make.
On behalf of the Brazos Valley Bowl, I would like to welcome you to College Station, the Bryan College Station area. A little foreshadowing of the things to come tomorrow. A little trophy, so to speak, the framed cover of our program. And then we have a little extra for you. This is for Hinds. Thank you. While I'm here, I would like to do a little housekeeping. Mr. Royce Hickman from the Bryan College Station Chamber of Commerce snuck in. I'd like to recognize him. Does a fantastic job with the local community. I'd also like to recognize our sponsors who make this whole experience happen. First of all, Glenn College, the Board of Trustees and the Senior Administration have stepped up and have really helped us. No one is here from Brenham National Bank or Bluebell Creameries, but they helped as well. We do have Mr. Sam Vernon from Blau and Associates. And two young men, I think they're here, that do a fantastic job with the teams. Would Heath Heidke and Michael Legrand please stand, because they're our team liaisons. They're with the team. Are they here tonight? I call them to recognize them, and they're not here. They have a very tough job helping the teams get you where you're supposed to be, do what you do. We appreciate their efforts. But again, on behalf of the Bowl Committee, we're glad you're here. We look forward to an exciting game. Hopefully the weather will cooperate a little bit. Enjoy your time, and please have a safe trip home. Thank you.
Well, guess what? The evening is coming to an end now. Good luck to both teams. Hope you have a great stay here in Bryan College Station, and hope you come back very soon in the near future. Thank you, and good night.